How's it going, you guys? So the Zoomfly 3 is a big update in the Zoomfly line, so I thought it'd be good to do a comparison between the Zoomfly 3 and some of the previous models. So first, let's take a look at the evolution of the uppers. The Zoomfly SP is a variation of the first gen Zoomfly, the main difference being the upper. The SP has this lightweight see-through upper that actually reminds me a lot of the Vaporweave on the Zoomfly 3. The Zoomfly Flynet, as the name suggests, introduced a Flynet upper to the Zoomfly. I was a bit skeptical at first because I wasn't the biggest fan of the Epic Reacts upper, but I found this actually did a better job of keeping my foot secure than I expected. The upper is also super lightweight and feels like you're wearing a sock. The only downside is that it isn't the most breathable, and it's also not one that you want to wear in a downpour. To me, the upper of the Zoomfly 3 is kind of a combination of both that of the SP and the Flynet. It has the similar material of the SP, but the sock-like feel that the Flynet has. They did this by having an internal mesh booty with an elastic tongue piece that is surrounded by a Vaporweave shell. This helps keep the water out, but maintain breathability. Alright, so let's move on to the midsole. The Zoomfly SP has the same midsole as the original Zoomfly. That means the less bouncy lunar lawn and carbon infused nylon plate, though it does have a secret React core in the middle. It is still comfortable and quick feeling, but doesn't have quite the pop as the later versions. The Zoomfly Flynet has this extra pop thanks to its full React midsole and carbon plate. The 100% React adds for a little more bounce and some added durability. The carbon plate has more pop off the toe compared to the carbon infused nylon plate. I think the midsole feels a bit softer compared to the first gen Zoomfly, but this helps make for a smoother ride. The Zoomfly 3 is still made out of 100% React and uses the carbon plate like the Zoomfly Flynet, but it has quite a few changes. The first is in the amount of cushioning. The heel gets an extra 6mm of stack height from 32 to 40mm, and the forefoot gets an extra 8mm, going from 24mm last year to 32 this year. Not only is there more cushion, but that's a slightly lower heel to toe drop, and the whole midsole is a completely different shape with different geometries that are designed to help you run faster and further. Now let's briefly talk about the outsoles. The Zoomfly SP and the Flynet have the exact same outsole consisting of thin rubber in the forefoot and patches of rubber on the heel. The Zoomfly 3 now resembles the outsole of the Vaporfly Elite and Vaporfly Next Percent. It has two long strips on the heel and a grippier patch of rubber on the forefoot. When it comes down to it though, you can still get any of these three Zoomfly models at various prices. Should you consider getting any of these cheaper models? Well, I think you should. If you really want to try out the Zoomfly, or you're training for your first race, I think the Zoomfly SP is a good option because you can find it on many places online like eBay or GOAT for like 50 to 70 bucks, so definitely a great budget option. With the Zoomfly 3 released, the Zoomfly Flynet is now on sale, and you can find it at a lot of places for around $100. You still get that 100% React midsole and that carbon plate, but it's also lighter weight and less underfoot than the Zoomfly 3. To me, this makes it a great option for people who run a lot of 5 or 10Ks, and maybe the occasional half. That's because it has plenty of cushion and speed without overdoing it. Now, for $160, you can get the latest and greatest. The improved upper, the added stack height, and the great outsole make it very appealing and make it a great option for anything from 5K all the way to a full marathon. But if that's not you, if you don't run a lot of halves or full marathons, then I'd say save your money and go for one of the older options. But that's just my opinion. So I covered a lot in this video. Thanks for sticking with me. I was going to include my initial first impressions of the Zoomfly 3 in this video, but I didn't want to drag it out, so that is going to be a separate video. So make sure to check that video out for more in-depth details on the Zoom Fly 3. So I have a lot of videos in the works. Subscribe so you don't miss those. Check out the other Zoom Fly video, and as always, keep on running.